Myanmar's military junta has launched yet another deadly airstrike, this time targeting an anti-government ceremony outside Mandalay. The attack killed at least 50 people, including civilians, and targeted the People's Defense Force, the armed wing of the opposition National Unity Government. This attack is just the latest in a long-running civil war, and it highlights the challenges faced by those who seek to bring peace and democracy to Myanmar. The attack was an airstrike that targeted the People's Defense Force, PDF, the armed wing of the opposition National Unity Government, NUG. The NUG had been opening a local office in the remote village of Gi, located in the Sagaing region bordering Mandalay, when the military jets opened fire. Reports from various media outlets, including the Irrawaddy, Radio Free Asia, and BBC Burmese, suggest that the death toll could be as high as 100, with women and children among the dead. The military has claimed responsibility for the attack, stating that it targeted a gathering organized by insurgent opponents. They claim that if civilians were killed, it was because they were being forced to assist the terrorists. The United Nations has condemned the attack, with Secretary-General Antonio Guterres calling for those responsible to be held accountable. Myanmar's exiled National Unity Government has also condemned the attack, while the military has vowed to continue its crackdown on opponents. According to a recent assessment by Philip Anoit, the NUG controls significant territory and commands the loyalty of the majority of its people. It provides security and justice in the areas under its control, and is building a police force and establishing a community court system under the direction of the Ministry of Justice. Local security and defense groups, separate from the NUG's military forces, protect communities from the military junta's raids. The staff of NUG ministries are essentially volunteers. Despite the challenges, the NUG's efforts to provide services and transition to federal democracy are a positive step forward for Myanmar's future. The NUG meets all the criteria of a legitimate government and is ready to govern, but it has not yet received international recognition due to various factors, including the US-China confrontation. With the NUG being the only actor with enough legitimacy and a viable plan to prevent the balkanization of Myanmar, the world is running out of excuses for not recognizing it. Myanmar, also known as Burma, has a long history of military rule, civil war, and ethnic conflict. In 2017, the military launched a campaign of ethnic cleansing against the Rohingya, a Muslim minority group in the country, which led to a humanitarian crisis and international condemnation. The military's coup in February 2021 sparked a civil war and humanitarian crisis that has left Myanmar reeling. The coup, which overthrew the democratically elected government of Aung San Suu Kyi, has been met with widespread protests and resistance from the people of Myanmar. The military junta that took power has been accused of widespread human rights abuses, including extrajudicial killings, torture, and arbitrary detention of civilians. The United Nations has called for an end to the violence and urged the international community to take action to protect the people of Myanmar. As the conflict has escalated, hundreds of thousands of people have been displaced, with many fleeing to neighboring countries such as Thailand and Bangladesh. The humanitarian situation in Myanmar is dire, with majority lacking access to basic necessities such as food, water, and healthcare. The international community has condemned the coup and imposed sanctions on the military junta, but so far, these measures have done little to change the situation on the ground. The United States and other countries have also provided aid to the people of Myanmar, but much more is needed to address the humanitarian crisis. The civil war in Myanmar shows no signs of abating, and the situation remains tense and uncertain. The military junta has shown no willingness to negotiate with the opposition, and the people of Myanmar continue to resist the military's rule. Despite the challenges, there have been some glimmers of hope. Civil society groups and activists within Myanmar have continued to organize and speak out against the military junta, and the international community has shown solidarity with the people of Myanmar. With continued pressure and support, there is hope that the crisis in Myanmar can eventually be resolved, and the country may move towards a democratic and peaceful future. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe our channel for more videos.